A very good morning, everyone. I am Rudra Kasturi, your host for the day one of the orientation program. We welcome you, Krishan. And I see my co-host is late. Her name is Vidisha. Ma'am, have you seen her? Ma'am, have you? Sir?
Chirag, what is this behavior? I'm right here and I'm not late. I was just experiencing this moment because unlike them and you, I had an online orientation.
I can assure you guys, the only punctual students at Times School of Media are the journalism ones.
What
मुझे देख लो.
What is this journalism and film? Guys, journalism students, can I get a raise of hand?
See the majority.
Film students, TSM students, raise your hand. See, come on. So it is equal, okay? But what is Times School of Media? It is India's finest mass communication college, and as you know, it has various departments like BHMC, BFPW, and even PGD.
Now here's the banger. It's not just your run-of-the-mill university. Instead, it has a high-tech advanced media technology. And guess who's behind it? The Times of India Group. Now imagine this. You walk in and bam, you're surrounded by high-tech layers and a great faculty members who are always ready to assist students.
What students are most thrilled about, what I was most thrilled about are the Mac labs, okay? Because it is exclusively for us. And here's a funny story. A lot of students from other departments come to Mac labs just to click pictures. I mean, system itna acha to flex karna banta hai na. A lot of people are confused that I'm a fresher. No, let me introduce myself. I am Vidisha, a third year BFTW student, and one word that describes me is your superb senior.
Super senior. Hi, I'm Chirag, a second year journalism student. Your senior, her junior.
We welcome you to the orientation and hope you have an amazing and fun time with us.
Speaking of our dean, Mr. Sanjeev Ratna Singh sir, he's a prominent face in the media house. And one thing he wanted me to convey to you guys that ragging is especially not tolerated in this media school. So
do not do ragging.
Ragging not karna. And there's one more fact that our sir, Dean sir, is also a fresher in this college. So I'm not giving you guys any ideas. They know scholarship placements are उनके हाथ में
Now this Sanjeev Ratna Singh, he is India's eminent digital broadcast producer who has worked in senior position of digital, TV, print and media. Not only this, he has also worked as an editor in the Times of India and 9 other online Times platforms. So can we please welcome him with a huge round of applause?
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Yes, I'm only 3 months behind you guys, so ahead of you guys, sorry. So we are all freshers here. And I went to college like many years ago, but somehow I managed to rag my batchmates. So I was in Delhi University in a college called Hindu College. And I was scared like, the others, I was in first year, they were called fachas. कि बच्चे को rag कर देंगे ये लोग. So I went and sat outside the principal's office. And there I used to catch, no, facha, idhar aa. And I ragged everybody outside the principal's office. because the logic was that nobody thought that firstly any ragging can happen outside the principal's office, and secondly imagine the first year. But I did get caught after a week, and you know how? I went to pay the fee, and I'm standing in the first year line, and a couple of the kids saw me and said, "Sir, you're in the wrong line." And before I could realize what happened, I said, no, I'm in the right line. उसके बाद जो कुटाई हुई ना, so थोड़ा बहुत मतलब pranks चलता है, but ragging a big no, right? So on behalf of all my colleagues and your seniors, I would like to welcome you to the Times School of Media and Bennett University. And I would also like you guys to give a big hand to the entire organizing team. So, as you guys must be aware that Bennett University is a part of the Times Group. The Times Group is the #1 media group in India. It's amongst the top in the world. So if you're looking for a career in media, then you have arrived at the right place. Right place and right time. Because technology is shape-shifting everything, and we are also trying to keep pace with that technology, right? So my advice to all of you is, you should be curious, always be open to exploring things. Don't say no to anything before you at least try it out, right? And you have to make friends with technology. Most of you are born in the era when mobile phones are already there. Some of us are from the Stone Ages when we didn't have these things with us. So adapt, embrace technology, be curious, be open to ideas, and don't be late for class. We have a strict attendance policy. If you do not have the required attendance, you cannot appear for exams. And a lot of our courses are continuous evaluation. So if you miss 2 weeks and you don't appear for an exam, your 10 marks are gone or your 20 marks are gone. So please make sure that you don't miss anything. Enjoy yourself. Do all masti, whatever you want to do. लेकिन क्लास में आना जरूरी है, तो क्लास में नहीं आओगे तो पढ़ोगे नहीं, और अगर आप पढ़ोगे नहीं तो मार्क्स कैसे आएंगे, मार्क्स नहीं आएंगे तो पास कैसे होगे. And the other thing is about plagiarism. You are all media students. Plagiarism is like you will just be outcasted. You cannot plagiarize because you are all creative students, right? Creativity is your forte. So please, while it may sound a little weird that I'm saying use technology and then I'm saying be creative as well, you can do both together. If you face any problem, we are here to help you out. But please, technology can only be an input. It can boost your productivity, it can help you create things faster, but at the heart of everything is storytelling and creativity. So do not mix the two, but see how you can use it. Okay? And now I would like to, I'm supposed to hand over back to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, enjoy yourselves, have a good time, and we are all here to help you. If you face any issues, problems, talk to the faculty.
Thank you, sir, for your strict and wonderful words.
Wonderful is ना मुझे कुछ याद आ रहा है चुनाव. Should I share it with you? Should I
Yeah.
share it with you guys? It is my personal experience, okay? So, as a film student, we had this 5-day workshop of production design held by Mr. Shamitra Das Gupta, which was so fun. Like we created the set by ourselves. मतलब जो काटे होते ना, उसको भी हम लकड़ी खुद ही ठोके, ठीक है? और इतना तो इतना we also acted. So we made a music video to showcase that project. It was a 90s cafe vibe. मतलब इतना fun करते हैं
हम भी कुछ कम फन नहीं करते यार. हमारी कोई बुकिश नॉलेज नहीं है यहाँ पे. हमारी कितनी फील्ड ट्रिप्स हैं. Like in the first year we went to the Surajpur Mela and we did live reporting there as journalists. And we went to the Jashn-e-Ekta, that was in December. There we interviewed Javed Akhtar sir. It was a hell of experience.
Well, yeah, this is not fair. You make me feel. Wait, do you feel this?
Feel what?
Chirag, do you see that?
See who?
The tsunami of digital media, Mr. Rudra Kasturi. With the background. Abhi uthake kuch aur बोलो. But I'm really honored to introduce you today. With the background that feels like who's who of the tech world, he's the head of audience growth and new initiative at Times Internet. Basically the powerhouse of Times Group. Now clap for that also, come on. Before his current role, he has made a mark as Senior Vice President of Growth Strategy at Byju's and tech giants like Yahoo, Amazon India and Snapdeal. And also he's an expert at AI.
Not just that, he's the supreme guru of search engine optimization. His journey, wisdom and vision for this digital realm are all set to unfold. So don't miss this opportunity to soak in his expertise. Sir, we would like to call you on stage to give a few words.
Noise like expectation. Good morning all. I'm Rudra Kasturi. I manage growth. Sorry, making noise. I manage growth at Times Group, which we'll talk a lot in the next few minutes, which is something very, very important for all of you. I always say one line to Sanjeev sir when we work together at Times Group as well. You have a beautiful house, but if there is no entry door, there is no value of that house, right? In journalism, it's not about creating the best content, it's also about the reach of the content as well, right? So that's when I come in the picture to ensure that what works, what doesn't work, how to make it happen, and how does it work well for you guys to reach to the destination where, like, I keep getting calls from Trivandrum or let's say West Bengal that Rudra, my article did really well and we followed the guidelines that you have shared. Now the number of people who viewed is more than 1 million, 2 million, right? Those are the calls I'll be waiting for, because that's a value that we create at the end of the day from the journalist to the company to drive the number of audience who watch that article, read that article. Right? And there are so many incidences that I have. I'll try to connect my laptop also in the meantime. Like, I'll tell you, like, my journey towards journalism is very accidental. When I started my career in 2004, when I about to exit engineering, someone called me saying that there is a job in search engines. Are you like really interested? Right? Those days, the only email that exists is Yahoo. And typically why we use that email ID, right? Only for chat rooms. Right? Go create multiple email IDs in Yahoo chat rooms and chat with people with fake names. Right? That was the fun time at engineering college. When someone called me, there is such engine job. I am a triple student. Not that I like electronics, but there's no other choice. Right? I really don't want to do triple, but that's the only free seat I got. So I joined there, and that too not in my city, which is Hyderabad, but in Chennai. So I went there, I finished. I thought, like, till today, like, I didn't know how to fix a bulb, but I finished my triple. Right? And when someone called me, like, there's an engine job, I thought maybe some electrical engine hoga, because I did triple. Maybe it is somewhere related to that. The first day when I went to the first day of the job, I was first time introduced to Google in 2004. That's when I realized search engine is not an electric engine. It's actually a place where you find all the information. I was very late. I didn't even have a Gmail ID. I got it by invite. Those days Gmail is by invite based only. Right? Those are like very tough days to get an invite. Create multiple email IDs to get an invite. Finally I got a Gmail invite. Then the first day my mentor told me, Rudra, SEO is all about chasing, building strategy, understanding your competition and rank above them. That fascinated me so much. I came from political background, a family, so it's somewhere connected to me, this is what I want. Build strategy, right? After that, it's like rigorous 3 years. I worked in multiple companies. When I went to Yahoo for the first step interview, they told me that, I was just thinking, what will I do Yahoo? But anyway, they called me, about 40 people, I was one of them. They called me that you need to optimize Yahoo News website to rank in Google. Right? It's very interesting. Now, that's when first mark for me into news business. Until then, I didn't know anything about news, no scale, all we read is some photos, photo galleries. We were talking in the morning also, right? It's all about galleries, seeing photos, read movie reviews and go off. Then when I saw first time this entire Yahoo News, how it works, I was very fascinated about journalism, while I don't have a degree. But as always, like worked with so many great journalists. Today they are industry experts in each of the domain at Yahoo. And I started building entire Yahoo India as part of the founding team there. And we built like not just only in India, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and even Arabic as well, which is in Jordan, which we have Maktub, which is acquired by Yahoo. It was like very good journey. And then I left. I joined Amazon as a founding team. Again, a static, boring e-commerce after SEO, which I didn't really like it. As part of Snapdeal, after that I really want to learn a lot. I don't know how many of you know Sanya Bajaj was very popular in 2006-07 time. And everybody is looking about her in Google. Then I was like, being a search guy, right? So there's always this itching of, okay, what should I do? To learn some experiments. I don't have any news experience. What I used to do is I started a blog saying that sanimnitjanews.blogspot.com. Those days there is no such, something called GoDaddy to host on your own and build anything in India. I started ranking in top for all the queries of all Sanya Mishra. Then I realized that look, I can do better than I became a journalist. Let me do whatever I can. And then I started copy pasting all the movie reviews of popular website and put it on my website saying that look, I am gonna rank #1. I got into Google Ads. I used to get $100 check every month to my hostel. Right? I was like very excited. I got a laptop with that money. I started building a separate company there. Then one day I got a mail saying that look, we are shutting down your website because you just copy pasting the content. Right? First learning in my life that it is not like this you should do. It's all about shortcuts. Like Sir mentioned, it's not copy paste in journalism. It has its own repercussions, right? Not just that, it's a value in the market, right? Just cut short. Every time in Times of India, when there is an important article, we want someone to write, we go to the expert. Sir, I need a budget analysis article, can you help me? Because the person, if that person writes an article, it just ranks no matter what happens, even if NYT publishes an article also, that article ranks for at least a week. That's a value of the journalist, the words, the explanations. I myself have seen for budget, cricket analysis, videos, like nobody can beat that. Right? We go back and tell them, look, I need this person to write this content. Right? So, but again, I'm going back my journey. When everything happened, I shut down my website. They sent a legal notice to me. They asked me to shut the website. I shut it down. Like you, I was just thinking what to do next. And then I just got an offer in Alibaba. I'm just trying to move away from the country. In one of the Google conference, they asked me to speak about search. I'm just doing that. Then I happened to meet Times Group team and talking about search, news business. Again, that news aura came in. I said, like, looks like very interesting. From Hyderabad to Delhi is about 2.5 hours. To Bangkok is about 3.5 hours. So why should I? My first job, Alibaba, I have to go to Bangkok to build Lazada, which is Amazon of Southeast Asia. Right? I have to be part of their entire search, paid marketing, free marketing, which is SEO, content, social. I have to take care of all of that. But I looked at it in such a way that it's a 1 hour difference only. Why should I go out of the country? Let me go back to Times Group. That's how I started my journey in 2016. 2016 is one of the best year for me because a proper media, a proper journalist discussions, and the entire news actually picking up in the market. Until then, it's all about print and then TV. Not everybody is actually into digital, including Google or Yahoo or Bing. Like now we are calling Bing, those days it is MSN. When we started something called AMP, I don't know whether you guys know about the word called AMP. If you read any article on your phone, it has some spark kind of signal. I'll show it in the screens also later. That's called AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages, because mobile consumption has started growing up. Like 2016, why it is the best year is that the news picking up, the consumption of the mobile devices have started picking up. Everybody is making websites for mobile, and we call in the industry, it's called mobile first culture. You think mobile first before you build anything, right? That's a mobile first culture we call. And nobody knows whether we get the same revenue that was there in the desktop on the mobile, because at the end it's all about money, right? So there's a lot of questions which are unanswered. But that was one of the best and very interesting, challenging year in all the news media industry, where we started doing multiple experiments. When I joined at times, we were about 35 to 40 million users. Okay, so 2016, about 40 million SEO users, and 2021, 400 million plus users. I'm talking only about news traffic, right? Now, the slide, 2021, I exit Times Group because I want to build growth strategy for Byju's International. So I went there for a brief time, about 1 year, while I'm doing consulting still Times Group. I never want to leave media anywhere in my career. So I still working as a consultant here, but I went as a full-time to Byju's to build a strategy, and I came back. I came back this Jan. But this is my exit time. I just sent like what we did in 2016, 40 million. 2021, 400 million. In 2016, there was a fight between us and ndtv.com, hindustantimes.com. India Today is just picking up. So we were not even top 1. We are like struggling between 2, 3, 4 slots. But after we joined, I can probably say that my team that we built in, 400 million users, only from Google, right? Like I said earlier, every time when we write a content, it's not about a sake of delivering 10 articles a day, right? It's about what is the value we're gonna give from this content to the users. Now, media is not just about only news. I just want to reiterate that a lot. It is not just only news. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Again, I'm a search guy. I look at data, right? When I look at the data, the most searched term in the US is some Kumkum Bhagya episode written. Right? Written episode they want, because there are no channels exist in the US, so they want to read it. I want to go to my editor now and ask that I need a written episode. I don't know how they react because it's a journalist. They'll get offended. Then what I've done is, I have a team member called Rashmi who writes content. She's a journalist. She got a job in Microsoft in 2016. She wants to quit. I choose Microsoft or me. I just showed her one finger only. Choose Microsoft or me. And you're choosing me. I made her not to join Microsoft because she's a very good journalist, and made sure she stayed in my team. And I gave her this task. Why don't you start writing this content? She's like, look, I'll wait for 1 month. If you make me write such kind of content, I'll quit this job. I said, that's fine. I'll take that risk. Anyway, you have an offer. Anyway, you already resigned. That's okay, let's write. She's about 10 years journalist. She doesn't like the content. But I made her write that. She never seen such numbers in her career at Times Group, the kind of traffic that we got for Kumkum Bhagya episode written. Right? Now, then I said, like, what is next, boss? I said, like, now you're staying back. Yes, of course I'm staying back. Now I said, like, Times education. Let's start digital. In 2016 end, we started education in digital version from print. We took over from print team saying that we will run it. From zero, we made highest concurrent users for UP board results when it will release is about 500,000, 500K, 500,000 users concurrent in that particular minute reading my one article. That when are the results are releasing. Then we did education. Then we were like, okay, what is next? Any problem?
It went off.
Right? And then we went to health category. We were looking at what we can do. And then suddenly we saw food as a category. In US, people search for chicken biryani. You know what is the term they use? Without pressure cooker. Yeah, I know. Right? It's all fascinating whenever I see such trends. I was like, wow. Chicken biryani recipe without pressure cooker. Because there are no pressure cookers there. Look, these are my quality audience. They are looking for information. I don't feel shy to create such content. It's what they are looking at. If I don't do it, someone else will anyway do it. Why should I lose that opportunity to present my brand as Times foodie to get there and build the reputation, the loyalty from the users by creating the demand content at that particular point of time. That's all we need to understand. Right? And then health also, how to get pregnant, how to not get pregnant. There are highly searched queries in a health category. Now, what we did is like, we should not worry about creating all of that. We started immediately hiring teams because it's a value. It's a health category, it's a real problem, right? So, we went to doctors, we got their expert advice and did a series of articles. Now, when I said health, I went to doctor, correct? I didn't write, Rudra didn't write that article. Because that authenticity is very important. The fact check is very, very important for us. Categories, at every category that we focus, we should be very clear about what we are writing. Who is talking? If I talk about SEO, everybody listens to it. If I talk about growth, you all take a notes of it. If I start talking about share market, में ये खरीद कर लो, आपको पैसा आ जाएगा, you may be not interested. If I start becoming a doctor and check that these tablets, these are the side effects, you all walk out of the room. Same thing Google does. Expert domain adds a lot of value. Why I'm saying that is you all have to be, by the time you finish, you should pick up that one expertise that you can really be good at it to build that content, right? That's how I work day in, day out with all the editors and the journalists to build this 400 million. It's not like a overnight traffic. We realize, we'll get traffic. It's not the story. There are so many ups and downs. Sanjeev sir, when we work together, videos are picking up. They asked us, what do you want? We said videos. बना देंगे. Then we said, sir, video का title भी चाहिए. Title add करेंगे. Sir, title में keyword होना है. अच्छा ठीक है, आप भेज दो keyword हम add करेंगे. Sir, content भी चाहिए नीचे. कितना content चाहिए? 2 लाइन चलेगा? मैंने बोला सर 500 words चाहिए. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? ये तो article है. Sir, article अलग है, ये video है. इसका भी 500 चाहिए, उसका भी 500 चाहिए. We used to make their life hell because without that, Google don't entertain in ranking. That's a SEO subject which I'm going to give you guys later as one of the class, which is very interesting in digital marketing, and it's changing a lot. In 2004, when I learned about SEO, is not exactly what it is today. Every day it changes, right? It was a very different journey there. Now, after all of this, we conquered to the level that we know what works, what doesn't work. Big Boss में winners आ रहे हैं, उनका personal life क्या है, professional life क्या है. We used to write everything that is possible. If Supreme Court judge changes, you know what people search first? Can you just guess? If a Supreme Court judge changes every 2 years, what are the searches that people generally ask in Google?
What is Supreme Court?
What is Supreme Court? Who is the judge? Okay. उनका salary कितना है? Right? उनका salary कितना है? That's the second biggest. And उसका family है, उनका photos है. Okay? And I mean, I don't want to get into more details of the family details, but you can imagine that now. That's what it happens, right? Now, when I read an article, all this has to be had subheadings. Journalists तो बोलते हैं कि क्या बकवास है, पर लोग तो पूछते हैं कि वही है, right? So, all I'm saying is that we need to think Not just I am good in writing this article, I am good in writing, let me create an article what users are looking for. Otherwise, like I said, a beautiful house with no entry door. All I have to do is like get a bulldozer and break it completely. Right? That's what happens. If you stick too much into that, you will not be able to reach the right audience. So that's what I feel always is very important. Today I am successful because all the journalists that I have worked understood that point that we are asking. Because they supported us in that direction, I became 400 million today. Now this 400 million is not 400 million. In the competition world, 400 million is Times Group ranks number 1, number 2 plus number 3 equal to number 2. Right? The two competition has to sum up to rank number 1 for us. That's the gap we built in. Because we scaled so much, and it's all because of writers, all good, humble writers that they listened to us, created such content to make it happen. Right? And then COVID came. Right? Now COVID, the search trend changed. Whatever they used to search before has completely changed. In digital, what happens is, whatever you saw before is not exactly the same. Maybe down the line 3 months. It changes a lot. So the adoption also changes a lot. What we realized is, Sir used to create 5-minute video, which is very good and ranks better. Then we started understanding that why we are not getting better revenue here. We saw like the average consumption of a video. Can you just guess what would be the average video consumption? A wild guess? A 5-minute video, mein. What's the average video consumption?
45 seconds.
Yeah, very close. 30 seconds. Not more than that. In first 30 seconds, if I didn't create an engaging content, you're gone. Your video is gone. Right? They will stick around only when it is the first 30 seconds decides everything. That means short videos are important. Right? Short and very detailed videos are important. I don't know whether you know there's a lady in YouTube who talks about history. She created not more than 80 videos, but she has more than 1.5 million followers in YouTube. Right? We struggle a lot to create 300 videos, 400 videos. I follow her every day. I was like, yeah, I didn't know why I didn't do this. I'm in a different marriage, but this woman sit at home, like a coach like this, there's nobody next to her, but she talks about history that nobody knows. Out and out journalism. Very nicely she put it. 80 videos, she generated 1.5 million users. Unbelievable. To get that number, there are channels dying day in, day out with 300 videos. Now, what it explains is content. The way you present, the way you pick the topics. It's not that every content tries to traffic. If I publish 10 articles, maybe 2 can give me the traffic that is valuable. So now identify the data. Now the reason why I'm saying all of that is, in my stint at Times, even today, we always speak numbers with journalists, the writers. We always go back and tell them, you know what, today morning you created this article, this analysis. Do you know how many page views we got? How many users have seen? And do you know from where they came for this article? You know, the interest for this article is not actually in Delhi, but in Maharashtra. The interest of the video consumption is not actually in Hindi, but Marathi or a Bengali. Do you know that Bengali has more? I'll just show some slides. This is like a recent study. It says that YouTube tops chart as mode of access online news with 93% interest, followed by social media, right? Which means videos basically. Nobody has time to read so much of content these days. They just want to put an audio, forget about whatever they play, I want to listen to that. Video is a preferred format of news consumption online consumers, followed by text and audio. Today I am starting a new business model at Times Group, where we start thinking, remember I said mobile first culture. Now second element I added is video first culture. Because I need to adopt what in digital is happening. Not that, hey, I'm good in content, let me build content. Nobody will come. At the end, your goal should be how many users that I have acquired. With that user, see, my job is very simple. 400 million users, I'll go to sales team, says that, look, what do you want? You want traffic and education? I'll build it. Now go get money for us. So we play a role to create content, to get users and make money out of it. Now in this users part, I need to be very clear from where I get the users. Here in this case, online news consumption is videos. 30 seconds is very important for me to make sure the user is sticking to your video. Now, what topics are those? I was invested in one of the company who talks about organic beauty products. The founder itself is a doctor. She says, Rudra, what should I do? We gave her list of questions searched by the users. I said, now build videos for me. Throughout the Amazon, we didn't get even 2 conversions. After we started making video, we started getting conversions. People started buying from the website that is so crap, no proper payment gateway. Still they're struggling to buy the product because the content pulls you to buy a product. That's a value that it builds. Now, demand for video is highest for Bengali content. It's an eye-opener for me as well. I thought it's always Hindi. And then followed by Tamil, which I understand because they don't entertain any other language. Tamil is important for them. Right? And then followed by Telugu, Hindi, Gujarati, Malayalam. So, in regional language, the content consumption is very different because they can't type, it's only voice. So, the better is YouTube personalize your YouTube handle in a way, you get only those regional content for you. Which is what everybody at home, our parents will do that, right? They don't know how to type, they don't know how to use voice command. All they do is they know how to drag it to get refresh. That's also YouTube says that tap to refresh in their regional language. They'll tap it refresh, they'll start consuming the content. Now that's all it is, right? And then Gujarati, Malayalam, Marathi and Kannada. Gujarati is in text, when we started Gujarati Times in Times Group, is one of the last property to get traffic. If I get a month 50,000 also, it's a great thing. Because उसमें consumption नहीं है उधर language में. But in videos, it is actually giving me more value. So look at the dynamics how it changed, right? So the reason I am saying all of that is how you need to plan your day is all dependent on the consumption of the data. Today we look at a plan for the next 3 months and prepare a content so that I am sorted to drive traffic. That's how you should start thinking forward calendar. At the same time, there are websites like this day, that year. I'm sure you would have seen some of in your phones also, the content comes up. Do you know this day, that year, what happened? History content, science, facts, invention, space, because of Chandrayaan, thanks to everyone, it's actually consuming a lot of content for us to know facts. When Chandrayaan 3 launched, you know what is the search query? They said, why Chandrayaan 1 failed? Is Chandrayaan 2 still alive? And how many days it will be alive? Right? Nobody worried about anything else. They're like, why it's 1? Where is 1 now? And some posts came up saying that Chandrayaan 1 ka crash hoke spot, they said Nehru spot or something. Now there is a controversial debate started saying, okay, Gandhi family always put Nehru name everywhere. Now that became like a trending news. Now, why 43 days for 3 versus US 3 days or 4 days? They want a comparison. What's the difference? Now when you look at the trends, trends.google.co.in, you should go Google Trends. All this information you will find there. All of this information, very interesting information, you will actually find there to get that. And then what we'll do is like we'll just go back and create a lot of content around it. That's how we as a journalist will follow. And the entire news, I'll just give you, let's say there are 100 news users come, like news users came. Do you know like charging? I'll just take it. In the entire news, let's say, I'm just giving you an example. If 100 users comes for news, if I ask you a breakup, how many of them are actually core news, how many of them are actually entertainment news, what would be your percentage breakup? Core news, entertainment news. I'm not even saying non-core news, which is business, education. I'm saying entertainment and news. Can you give me a small breakup of that? I can't hear. Someone said 90. Sorry, 90? Okay. I'll ask why you think so later, but any other numbers? Anyway, it's in the screen also sometime back. I don't know whether you noticed or not. Entertainment is big, right? You know what kind of content that consumes a lot? Airport outfits. Airport outfits. मैं क्या करूँ बताओ? मैं बनाना पड़ेगा content. That's my job, right? Okay. Sometimes journalist just hates me. यार कुछ भी बोलेंगे, right? कुछ भी बोलेगा हमको कुछ भी करने के लिए बोलेंगे. No, seriously. Ananya Pandey's airport outfits are very important. Right? And we created content also. Right? And it is important. Now, when Kaira Advani and when she got married, people searched a lot about her saree. And there is one video where she comes late and that guy makes some, you're already late, and some small 10-second video was highly consumed content. And the entire videos, right? These are like a data, right? Now, all we do is like, why entertainment is so big is so fun. You time pass a lot. Now, how many of the reels are entertainment for us? कुछ भी हो, the 30 seconds we'll just see it. हाँ ठीक है, देख लो, someone did a hard work there. Let's see and like it. No, क्या होता है? हम थोड़ी ना पैसे दे रहे हैं उनके लिए. So, entertainment content. Initially in 2016, right? Our MD is very visionary man, right? I'll tell you why. In 2016, Times of India was never into first in movie reviews concept. Movie review सुबह आता है तो movie सुबह release हो गया तो हम करता है like review in the शाम को. हाँ हमारा पास भी review है, right? With a rating and all. Never focused. Then when we understand digital better than anybody. Today also in AI he is very fascinated building so many products. Now he made a mandate that if a movie releases 6 a.m. in the morning, I need a mid review first for the first half, and then the second half, and then full review, right? So if the movie finishes by 8:30, around 8:45 my review is up and running. We used to drive so much of traffic for these movie reviews. Trust me, I never seen such numbers in my life, before or after. So good traffic. Sometimes because competition is doing so fast, he told me, hire someone in Dubai, get the review fast there. Right? We used to go, like, we used to hire freelancers from Dubai to create movie review because it releases first there, get a movie review fast and get it done here. We used to create movie review. That was the days of entertainment, right? And then slowly it has dropped. Everybody somehow starts realizing it's all paid reviews, hai. It's all bakwas hai. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. It's all paid reviews. Let's start consuming some other content. Photo galleries, airport outfits, kids photos, like identify this person which you know as an actor or actress. Time taking photos, engagement, ads आ जाता है, पैसा भी आता है, right? Entertainment is all about gossips and beauty/fashion, which is where the consumption is high. The number of users, if I say 400 billion, I'm getting around 60% of that is from entertainment. 60% of that is like 250 million is from entertainment. Now imagine the kind of people who wants to just consume content for fun. Then we started looking at, okay, let's go to South, nobody is there in South, right? We started acquiring South market. We went to every celebrity house in South. Let's go to this house, that house. We started getting so much of traffic that we started hiring teams in South for entertainment. Now that's the entertainment story. Now cut back to news, it's only like in 2016 when Modi sir aa gaya na, every Saturday he used to go for a rally. Every Sunday he has changed the petrol rate prices. Right? For first stint of his, we used to work 7 days. Every Saturday he used to go for a rally. Every Sunday he used to change the petrol prices. Journalists know, like we're all like, and then he started Man Ki Baat बाद में. तो पक्का ऑनलाइन में होना ही पड़ेगा Sundays. There's no other choice. And then he'll announce something, he'll bring some other name in the entire Man Ki Baat में. उनको प्रोफाइल बनाना है, ये कौन है, why he picked up, what are their success stories, how India should know what Modi is talking about it. All of that content creation in news is only like waves. Like this comes, start आएगा तो peak में जाता है because Modi sir is going on rally, peak petrol prices, and then Man Ki Baat, and then suddenly drops on Monday. So what we did is, in journalism, this is the best story I learned in Yahoo. Make a calendar from Sunday to Saturday. Sunday is all about fun, entertainment. You eat a lot of stuff on Sunday, you don't care about diet. Monday, the highest trending search query is how to reduce weight. Right? In 3 days, at home, no gym. Right? I want to lose weight in 3 days only because there is a party again Saturday, Friday. Someone made a comment last party that you put on weight. Right? So, at home. Is it okay if I drink something in the morning that will burn how many calories? Right? So, this kind of content on Monday. Tuesday is a dead day in general news unless something breaking happens. From Wednesday onwards, entertainment, lifestyle, fashion trending starts. Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday onwards, I see restaurants such as goes high. Cuisines, food that starts going there because there is a planning going on. Kaha jana hai, Saturday, Sunday, kab jana hai, right? All of that. And then Friday is like my literal travel day. Suddenly, last minute getaways from the city. So Fridays are my travel category. Now, we made a calendar. Boss, this is not going to work for us. Let's make a calendar. You can't run last minute every day. Let's make a calendar. Fridays is movie reviews, travel category. Baki sab baad mein. Right? Saturdays is all about eat more, eat more. Cheese mein kuch nahi hota, you will not gain weight. Eat this cheese, not that cheese. We made so many recipes. Times of India recipes, Times Foodie has more recipes than anybody in the world. We made more than some 10,000 recipes of every state. We made a big recipe category. You find anything, you will find it. You search for anything. I searched from I'm from Andhra. I searched for one of the Andhra recipe foodie. Pakoda, it was there. अरे ये कब हो गया? मैं तो बताया नहीं इनको. But we just made it such a calendar, and then we exhaust what to do next. Then we started food health category. Right? Every category we look at it. Always look at trends. Search. Understand what users are looking at. Ye Dil Hai Mushkil movie review was a very classic case study where everybody started appreciating us. We know it is a big movie. Aishwarya Rai, Ranbir Kapoor, whatnot, right? So it's a classic case study. We know that it's gonna come. एक हफ्ते से पहले बोला ये आ रहा है, भाई साहब ये आ रहा है, ये मूवी आ रहा है, ये एक्ट किया ये आ रहा है. 3 दिन पहले बोला आ रहा है 2 दिन में, don't miss it. It is releasing in Dubai this time, in US this time. This is gonna break this record, this is gonna break this record. One day before we said that, kali hai, plan karo, don't miss it. And here are the places you should watch if you are in Delhi, Bangalore, or Subah review. And afternoon we started comparing this movie with that movie, this movie with that actor, this movie with this actor. We started doing comparisons, looks, film looks. Some songs hota hai, very popular songs. They connect better when the movie released. So one small experiment what we done is, every time when the song becomes popular, we used to create a lyrics in a movie category. But the traffic spikes, that happens after the movie released. Because they suddenly connect to the song when they watch it. Yeah, ab to mere ko lyrics chahiye. I was so connected to this song. And then we started getting lyrics, pages ready, everything, box office collection. Box office collections is something, a movie review let's say gets 100 users, box office traffic gives me 500 users. That's crazy box office news, sir. Like I said, entertainment is very different audience. Oh, alag janta hai pura. Right? And then after we started creating, okay, you know what yesterday happened? Box office, comparison of timelines. The entire way of we creating news is very, very different that nobody knows what else I should write about this movie. Then we started taking dialogues. Then we started taking comparison of the songs. We went to the interviews, the candidates. We used to get very good interviews because thanks to our media house, we get celebs interviews much faster than anybody. We go get their exclusive interviews to post it there. Right? So, media in general, entertainment, news, business. These are the ones that drives most of the traffic because every day morning people search for Sensex share price. They are like the trends. Every day morning I want to make money. Right? There was a question someone asked, we all laughed it because it is a scam. How do I invest 10,000 today, make 10 crores in 2 years? We replied saying that it's a scam. It will never happen through any market. Right? So we used to create such content that actually helps value to us. Right? And then, this is like one of the interesting slides that I present everywhere, wherever I go, whether I'm teaching, training founders also, or any company where I just want to tell them, how do you structure your team? This is how traditionally we work. Content, product, data. Like when I say product, including tech, product, content, and data. these days, it's not about having good content like I said earlier. Understanding the data is very, very important. If you don't understand your data, you are not prepared to write an article. Please take that granted. If you don't know who is your consumer to read this content, then don't even spend on creating article. Because catchy titles days are gone. Thumbnails catches are gone. It is only for today. Someone says that look, some competitions, small competitors like Indian Express, India Today and all, they say that look, they have a great CTRs in this thumbnails, but they're all catchy titles. Don't get there because once Google penalize, YouTube penalize. I'll give an example later, but I'll explain this to you. This is what growth hacking team I call, and a good success story for me to move from 40 to 400. Work with content team, share them the calendar, share them the keywords, share them the kind of what time the article should publish, right? In Times Crew, if there is a budget happening, SEO team goes to office 3 a.m. in the morning, whereas journalists come 6 a.m. in the morning. Because we wanted to make sure the data is right, what keywords, what is trending in that day morning, how do we make sure the titles that we share with journalists are actually towards the searches that are happening in the Google. Make sure product is right, tech is right, the website, the design and all of that. And I always believe in this statement, analyze, ideate, prioritize and test. Times education is like that. Kumkumbhagya episode is that, right? Health category is like that. And then travel category is like that. There's a product, we looked at it. A small story, every time when we go to business review, there's always a story that look, last month someone got married, that's why traffic is so spiked. Last month Modi went to US, that's why traffic was so high, that's why we dropped this month. It was very difficult to explain management every time someone married, someone died, someone traveled, like what is this business, right? It's not going to survive. Like, if there is an event, everybody gets traffic. Like Chandrayaan 3, we touched highest in the number in the publishing business. But that's only one day, right? But not every day. Do you know that more than non-news, there are more than news, there are close to 500 million searches happens every month apart from news category. It's like 500 million searches happens who are nothing related to news. It could be health, like I was talking yesterday in one of the class also. Whenever there's a shopping festival happens, do you know what is the immediate trending query that happens whenever the shopping festival happens? Please don't say those who attended my class yesterday. Okay, just take a wild guess. When the sale, Myntra sale happened, Amazon sale happened, okay? Apart from the sale keyword called deals, offers, discounts, what is the next immediate search query that trends? Can you guess? Huh? When will I get it? When will it end? Okay, interesting. Okay, next, any other? Prices, okay. When the sale is happening, the immediate search trend query, apart from query of sales, like discount, sales, price and all of that.
Location.
Huh?
Location.
Okay. No, the customer care number to return a product. Right? Everybody buy a product, but someone has to return, no? Where will I go? Amazon तो chart button बहुत नीचे डाल दिया, उसके बाद 3 click के बाद chart आ जाएगा आपको, correct? In Amazon website, it's very hard for you to find it, right? What do? You go and ask Amazon customer care, Amazon chart real time. That's a high search query, correct? SBI Bank के लिए तो बहुत, you know all know what is the highest search query for SBI Bank? Not SBI banking, SBI customer care, right? So these are the terms that are highly searched. And not just fun, there are other categories like blood bank also people search a lot. So what we understood from there is there are 500 million searches happening non-news category, not in news category. Then we started building a product called most searched products. How many of you have seen Wirecutter by any chance? Like New York Times owned this product called Wirecutter. Anybody heard about it? Wirecutter? You heard? Okay. Wirecutter is nothing but a group of journalists. It's a brilliant product done by a group of journalists. You want to buy, let's say, a USB device. Now, you don't know which one is best. You always go by the choice of price. Whichever is, if a USB device comes to low price also is a concern, high price is also a concern. Because we don't know why it is high, why it is low. Then the group of journalists has started something called recommending products. They recommend products with a proper research at their labs. Saying that I have researched this product of these 5 different products. This is best if you want to look at this. This is best if you want to look at this. That website called Wirecutter has done phenomenally well. Is acquired by New York Times later, right? Now, how we got into this is, I was in the US, I want to buy a MacBook, and I was looking at the same story. Then suddenly I got into Wirecutter, fascinated me so much. Yeah, ये क्या है? अलग ही दुनिया है. What we are looking at is यही खरीद करता because I have a tie with Amazon. ये तो user centric है. Then we started a category called most searched products in Times of India, which is only job is to tell you why you should not buy top load washing machine but a front load washing machine if you have this much of budget. Why you should not buy heavy ton AC in a small bedroom versus a cooler is enough for you, right? So we recommend products to the users. Now imagine the content that created in Wirecutter is also, I'm running out of time. The products recommended Wirecutter is also run by journalists. The same thing happened on most such products also run by journalists. Today, it's one of the top 2 revenue generated category in Times of India. Imagine how many of the people we are actually helping to make a decision when they want to buy a product. Now the best part here is, when we went to Amazon pitching this, saying that look, let's work together to build it. You are a publisher, I will not work with you. Is first statement I got from Amazon in India. Then he said, एक बार मौका दे, बस एक बार, because I know I am a search guy, I can drive traffic to these guys no matter what. That's my confidence. I said, यार एक बार मौका दे दो, we'll do it for you. That's the first time Amazon has started Prime sale for the Amazon Prime members. That's the first time in India. We were part of that event. We sold more Echo devices after Amazon in comparison to any publisher in the world. Right? After Amazon, Times of India is the first website has sold more Echo devices and with single article. We didn't do 10 articles. Only one article we did. Why Echo device is very important, not for you, but for your kids at home. That's the angle we took. Thanks to my journalists thinking in that direction, we sold more Echo devices. After that, it's a history with Amazon. They work with us. They were like, I will invest here, build this product. I will invest here, build this. That's the value of the content. It's not about news. It's about how you choose the topic, how you build a product around it. That's one of the best business model, and actually started like this. Analyze, ideate, and then prioritize what is important. I may have 10 goals. Like my ex-CEO of Times Internet, Gautam Sinha sir, he has worked with Abdul Kalam sir before, and I'm very fortunate to work with him. Whenever we go and tell him the ideations, he will put us in the right structure. Rudra, think like this. What are those five business lines you have? But think these are the 2 important, right? That's how we started this cycle. Every time when we make a product through this pattern, right, it's a success business for us. The reason I'm saying is, if this you don't understand, if this you don't believe in it, if you don't prioritize it, you will never see a success. Any single article, video, column also. I have my own website called rudrakasturi.com. I write a lot about search. Every article my journalist writes that I had for my website, I really want to read every article to make sure it is my reputation in the market. It's not that everything you can put out there, right? Thanks to AI now, it becomes more easy now to approve 30 articles in a day versus 2 articles a day. But that's how the story is. Now, there are multiple things. This is like Bharat going online. Now, there are so many case studies. What I want you to do always is subscribe to all Google reports. Okay? We are journalists, right? I'm just including me also while I'm not a journalist, but it's been a good journey that I call myself also journalist. Subscribe to all Google tools because we create content for high content consumption. Now, if it is a text, Google is the biggest driver for me. Because Google has search, Google has news, Google has discover, the feed that comes on your phone, it's called discover. These are the three consumptions that you get. If your article is in any of these not there, then you are not able to see any traffic. Your intent is to how do I get there, but not in a wrong way, but look at the trends and create content around it. That's how we should focus more on. Now why I'm saying Bharat going online is now there are so many Jio phones, thanks to Jio for the video consumption to go high. And now there are so many mobile phones are coming, there was no basic phone, there are no feature phones, now everything is smartphone. And Google tied up with everything almost. Now you will have more and more users coming internet to consume the content in their own language and in English as well. So every time when you make a choice of creating it, make sure about that. There are some case studies that I have created where I'll share it also, like some good case studies that Google has mentioned. This is how the report looks like. In 2022, most of the queries people are actually doing, especially post-COVID, is self. They want to pamper themselves, they want to go for a trip, they want to travel with family, they really don't care about how much I'm spending because our ek wave aa gaya na, hum sab niklenge. Let's enjoy whatever you have right now, right? That's a spike we have seen. Self, right? And then food is a category that has started spiking a lot. Food is not of their own, but outside countries they are adopting a lot. And third, music, K-pop, right? Now that's like crazy in 2022 and it's also still growing high. And then the entire Korean series, K-pop, so all there in this report, right? Just subscribe as much as possible the Google Trends, Google Reports, think with Google, grow with Google, Google Trend. These are some of the tools you should always look for and get all the understanding from there and figure it out. The reason is if you don't have a proper input on what to create, there is no user for you. Every time, this is what I tell my team, even when we talk to journalists also, that who are our targeted audience? How do we get that? How do we make sure this article is a 1 million PPs? That's a target. I mean, I'm not forcing you to start thinking numbers, but that's how you should look at it, right? If you look at it, all this becomes very easy for you. These are all like becomes, I mean, I don't want to go through soul searching, like a travel, food, fantastic information. With AI, with the AI we spoke also yesterday so much, with AI, I have started 5 news websites with just 5 interns. And I'm making decent traffic with only one website, one person. And my spend for each website is just 10,000 bucks, apart from the tech side of the hosting, design and all of that. The reason I'm saying that is, if you're passionate about creating content, you don't need like a tech infrastructure chahiye, it's just that you need that passion to build it. Use AI in the right format, right? Let's say for example, you're a journalist, right? Over a period of time, if you feel that, okay, fact check is something I wanted to do, you should launch a fact checking using AI. My next startup I'm working on, because Google is talking to every publisher, let's do fact check for elections. That's what I'm going to do using AI. The reason I do most of the startups is to learn what is happening in the AI world and come and educate people like you. Hey, don't do this, don't do this. If you do this, you get caught. Right? So these 5 startups, whatever I'm running is purely AI driven. Per day 30 articles, one person who doesn't even know what is journalism. All I train him is how to use AI. What commands to use in AI. Now with your angle of creating journalism background, it can actually grow even faster than a fresher who doesn't know anything about content. That's the point I'm trying to make for you guys, that you add a lot of value to the content. Like I said, Remarco, one business guy, he left Times long back. You know, sir. Every time he create an article in business, no, it just do me wonders. Whenever I'm shortage of numbers, I'll go to him first. एक article लिखो business में. क्या करूँ? कुछ भी करो. झुनझुनवाला एक article बना दो. Of course, you lost him, but झुनझुनवाला का article एक बनाए ना, एक हफ्ता चलता है वो article. People love to read such analysis articles. Now, with me, my startups, I can't do it because none of them are journalists there. My passion is on to show how AI works. But you coming from the journalism passion, think in that direction and build it. Right? That's what it is. Today, that is what it is in AI. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. And video, audio are the future. There is no doubt about it. I myself stopped reading articles and listening a lot of audios, which is where these days most of the audios has audio ads as well. Which we thought 3 years back, let's build audio ads. Now it came today. Right. Okay. You understood now what he said, right? So I'm gonna wrap it up now. Any question? I'm gonna do one session anyway in coming days on SEO and overall digital marketing. You all should know. I'm very passionate. I have a different connect with journalism, so I'll continuously visit this campus. But all the best for you guys, and don't take Sanjeev sir words so seriously about dragging. But the game here chalta hai. Okay? Enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful words. I would like to invite Sanjeev sir again up on stage to give Rudra sir a token of appreciation from Bennett University.
Rudra sir, can we have you up? We'd like to.
We also have VC here from of Bennett University. Can we have a huge round of applause?
Thank you, Rudra sir, for a lovely session. I think we can do the Q&A after some time. We are very fortunate that our Honorable Vice Chancellor has taken time out from his busy schedule to grace us for this occasion. Before I invite the Vice Chancellor, I will just speak a few words about him. This university, it's a very young university, and we are very fortunate that we have the right kind of management to guide this university forward. Of course, as Rudra sir said that, our Chancellor, Mr. Vineet Jain, he is the founding father of the university, but there are people who drive the university and take that vision forward. And one of the leading lights in that journey has been our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Prabhu. So not only is he guided us, he is also thinking ahead. So we may be in 2023, but his vision is in where should we be in 2030. So that's the kind of vision, support and guidance we've got from him. He of course did his BTech from IIT Kanpur. Kanpur is my hometown, so that's how I managed to strike connect with our VC. And then of course he went on to do his MBA and his PhD from the US. He taught in the US for a very long time, holding many senior positions. Then he was also the founding Vice Chancellor of Jindal University. He's also worked as the president of the NIIT University before moving here. So we are very grateful to have the Vice Chancellor, sir. Guys, please give a big hand when we invite him.
Thank you, Sanjeev. I actually came here to attend a class. That's what I was told, that there is some prompt engineering class. I didn't know how to make another speech.
So that's a clickbait.
ये सब technical media terms नहीं चलेगा. Jeez. So I've been giving the same speech for the last 8 days. So did I address the media school yet? No, I'm not. Okay, but I did give a welcome speech to the freshers, right? How many of you are freshers here? Oh, they are all freshers. So मैं क्या बोलूँ इनको? सबको बोल तो चुका हूँ. नहीं, चलिए कोई बात नहीं. I'm just I'm gonna kind of put myself in your place in a ways and think about when I was an 18-year-old joining college. And what were my thoughts and feelings, and kind of like a little bit on my life journey, not to elaborate, because there are some gory details I don't want to share with you. As many of you, when you join college, are quite confused, are not sure what you want to do 4 years out. Very seldom you find young people who know exactly where they want to go with life. I don't know if I shared with you that I wanted to be a pilot. Oh, that was my life dream. And I got a pilot's license at the age of 14. Yeah. IIT Kanpur actually has a gliding and soaring club. So I also decided that I am going to join aeronautical engineering, which is actually looked down upon. My JE rank, unfortunately, was very high. So I fought with my dad, as usual. So daddy ne bola nahi, tum pilot ban jao, but you need to become electrical engineer. So I said, okay, okay. So I was in my piloting business. I barely used to go to class because there was no point. I learned more outside the classroom than inside the classroom in those days. I was surrounded by 250 faceless people on my counseling day. All geeks. Mota mota chashma. IIT Kanpur mein, those were the days when all the top 100 students used to go there. Anyways. And I was scared of all this competition and everything that comes with it. I can tell you though that 4 years later, those 250, out of which 50 of them are my net worth. Network and net worth. We're the best of friends. Anyways, halfway into my IIT journey, somebody told me an airline pilot is a glorified taxi driver. He killed my dream. So I said, okay, TK, what else can I do now? So I said, I want to make money. It's a good goal to pursue. No philanthropy, just I want to make money. So on further exploration, making money meant go to MBA school. So I got into a very good MBA program in the US and I took up that MBA and I got a job in a multinational called Procter & Gamble and I was selling toothpaste. Nobody told me to make money, you have to sell toothpaste. So that didn't kind of work for me. So I said, okay, but I was a professor ka bachcha. So I had that research ka keeda in my dimag. And I was very close to an Iranian professor, young man from Stanford, who had just joined the faculty at the University of Washington. He convinced me to come back to university. So after 6 months, I came back and joined him as a PhD scholar. And I spent 5 years completing my PhD. And guess the first job I get? American Airlines Decision Technologies, which is a company which is internal consulting group to American Airlines, then the largest airline in the US, based in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas. And they flew me in there, gave me a job offer. Beautiful thing is, in their lobby, they have vending machines. And what are these vending machines? I want to spend the weekend in Paris. Go punch your card number, there is a free ticket to Paris. Now once you go to Paris, who pays for it? So I was mesmerized. See, my dream of becoming something to do with aviation was coming true. But I had a problem. Called my wife. Who said, "Nahi, no, nothing doing. You are going to be in academics." So we fought, but why fight? You lose all the time. So I lost that battle. So I took up a job at a university called William and Mary, second oldest university in America. First 4 presidents graduated from William and Mary. Not because they were good, I guess, because there was no other university. George Washington, Patrick Henry, John Adams, and I can't remember the fourth name. And Williamsburg is where the American Revolution took place and everything like that. And I promised the dean who hired me, I'm only going to come here for 1 year. 1 year. He said, 1 year, just come for 1 year. And I did. And I left 21 years later. So, then I came to India on a 1 year sabbatical in 2012. And you can count the number of years. I'm in my 11th year. So this 1 year ka promise I will never make to anybody. It goes wrong. In this journey, I have built 4 universities. And when I was you, and somebody asked me, what will you do? I would have never imagined that that would be the outcome. Now, I mean, the buzz on this campus and what's happening around us, the times in which we are living, AI is all around us. I am so curious. I want to learn AI. So I actually came here to take a class. कोई मुझे कुछ सिखाता ही नहीं है. Every time I come, they say, no, तुम जाओ, बैठो. I don't know programming till today. I don't have an Insta page. I don't have a Facebook page.
So we can fix some things.
No. I made it through 60 and I'm a happy man. Don't destroy it. So, just some tidbits, nuggets of my life so that you guys can relate to me in a different way. I'm not this kharoos or whatever sitting in my office all the time. I enjoy music. I'm trained in classical Hindustani music. Of course, I'm the biggest fan of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan ji, who was actually a resident teacher in University of Washington for 2 years while I was there. And on Saturdays वो रियाज करते थे. आप उनके कदमों में बैठ के सुन सकते थे उनको. कम से कम साल में 20 या 25 बार. उसके कारण फिर एक सूफियाना अंदाज बड़ा मेरे अंदर और बहुत सी चीजें हुई. फिर मैंने उर्दू सीखना शुरू किया. फिर तो लाइफ पलट गई. So there are a lot of influences, lot of things. Bollywood, Hollywood से कोई मतलब नहीं. हो रहा है थोड़ा थोड़ा. लेकिन more biographical movies. Media. One more story connected to media. Now I remember. When I was graduating from IIT Kanpur, there was a company called की कौन सी कंपनी थी? Lintus. मुझे उसमें नौकरी की चाहिए. अब वो लोग IIT आते नहीं थे. They didn't come to campuses like IIT. So I took postcards and I wrote postcards to 4 or 5 companies. Long story short, I got a call from J. Walter Thompson, Hindustan. Okay, मैं भूल गया, बहुत पुरानी बात है. उन्होंने मुझे उड़ाया, बॉम्बे ले गए, मुझे नौकरी भी दे दी ऑफर. लेकिन तब तक वो पैसा बनाने का फिक्र था दिमाग में, तो MBA ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा. So I was very mesmerized by this media world. पहली बार I saw TV was in '84. Third year of my college से पहले I never seen TV. कानपुर में TV नहीं आता था. कानपुर में TV 1982 में एशिया से शुरू हुआ. So we had like no distractions in life. So media was a distraction or not a distraction, I don't know. But what we have today is amazing, right? And now with all this technology that's coming in to your space, the perfect, how do you balance creativity and technology will be a challenge that you will face, I will face, all of us will face in our lives. We had a short presentation by Microsoft yesterday, and it's interesting how they were talking about creativity, balanced versus precision. Basically, when it's creativity, you mean basically thoda sa फज फैक्टर होता है उसमें, जब प्रिसाइज होता है तो उसमें फज नहीं होता है. So how do you balance it? Because AI requires a lot of computing power. So what I'm excited about is that, you know, I used to say that entrepreneurship and innovation is in the air at Bennett. I want to say now that AI is in the air at Bennett. Somehow AI is permeating all around us. So I wish you all the best. I think you're at the right place where you're looking at the intersections of technology and media. And the products that you're building, services that you're offering, the world of media is changing, the way people consume media is changing, from OTT to web series to Instas and all that stuff. I still like my radio. I still listen to the radio. Or actually moved on to playlists. Spotify or Pandora's, whatever you call it. So that's my journey, and I wish all the freshers here a lot of success in their lives. And you know, last but not least, add some global exposure to your programs, international exposure. Force your team to curate a one-week program that includes a global exposure to the Southeast or to the Middle East or to the Far East or to the Canadas or to the Americas, wherever it is. Add a 10-day program. The media is a very diverse area, but global exposure in your education at the undergraduate level will do you wonders. You will evolve as a human being culturally. And trying to understand other cultures and people is very, very important. And one of the things I do find that we as Indians are very inward looking, very inward looking. It's time to break out of that capsule or stuff that you have put yourself in. Anything else? So, good luck to all of you. God bless.
Thank you sir for sharing our journey. और सर आपने बोला कि आपको कोई कुछ नहीं सिखाता, बट हमें आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखना है.
हमें सीखना है. हमें अपस्किलिंग करनी है.
Now it's time for us to introduce to you our in-house faculty members. They are the most important people with whom you'll be spending the next 3 years of your life. They'll teach you, inspire you, guide you, and also they'll catch you for ChatGPT stuff or any other network.
We have an interesting way of presenting our faculty to you. So, to begin with, our first faculty, जिसकी शिक्षा के बाद आपको नहीं चाहिए भिक्षा, में हम उनको बोलते हैं माता. उनके क्लास में नहीं चलती चोरी चोरी. She is none other than Professor Gauri. इसकी क्लास में we are studying under the ancient tree, like ancient times की तरह. She read business, media, ethics or law. She is Vidyalaya herself, and it is Professor Vidya. Next professor, I have a question. किसने पठान देखी है? किसने पठान first show देखी है? Oh wow! See, I was one of them. She gives the most fun and creative assignments. उसके बाद मुझे assignment देखकर आ गई हिचकी. It is none other than Professor Milakshi.
सच्चाई और अच्छाई की है वो मूर्ति, यही तो है इनकी ट्रू ब्यूटी. She is Professor Shruti. From marketing across the globe, be it US or Burma, she is Professor Amrisha Sharma. जिनकी आवाज है काफी सुरीली, साउंड्स ऑफ बेनेट की है वो आन बान और शान. She is Professor मोइना खान.
हम इंजीनियर क्वालिटी टू रेडियो and his undying love for soil protection. इसलिए वो बारिश से ज्यादा soil मांगे इंजीनियर जगह. He is none other than Professor Phillips. काफी अच्छी और मीडिया और प्रिंट में है इनकी जय जय. प्रोफेसर संजय. मेटावर्स आता है एकदम अच्छे से. हाँ वेरी गुड, क्योंकि आप लोग को नहीं समझना है मेटावर्स की वर्ल्ड में खुद को चतुर, क्योंकि आपको अच्छे से पढ़ाने आए हैं प्रोफेसर अनुभव माथुर।
कभी कभी हमारी रिक्वेस्ट पे जिन्होंने दी है काफी क्लासेस फ्री जस्ट बिकॉज वी डिडंट वांट टू स्टडी, मोबाइल मीडिया की है वो चलाएगी। शी इज प्रोफेसर पल्लवी। हमारी अगली अध्यापिका है वो जिन्होंने ज्ञान दिया हमें अलग अलग आत्मकथा। शी इज नन अदर देन प्रोफेसर नवोदिता। इनकी वाइब्स है काफी कूल, फ्रॉम टीवी टू क्रिकेट रिपोर्ट्स। जी हैं जिन्होंने इन्हें वर्मा। ही इज प्रोफेसर वेदांशु कुमार।
She has a footprint as a radio jockey. You've probably heard her from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. She is none other than Professor Rekha Bachar. From script writing to marketing, or commercial to corporate, he knows it all. Motivated to climb up that hill, you can reach out. He's Professor Nikhil. Our metaverse, meet Professor Saurabh Sharma with his talent style course.
एसईओ का पूछ लो इनसे कोई भी सवाल, मार्केटिंग को अच्छे से पढ़ाने की जिसने ले लिया प्रतिज्ञा, शी इज प्रोफेसर भव्य। आप सभी फ्रेशर्स इनकी टारगेट मार्केट और टारगेट ऑडियंस में होने जा रहे हैं भर्ती, शी इज प्रोफेसर प्रीता चक्रवर्ती। क्या आप सब ने कभी रिसर्च का ट्रबल फेस है किया? अगर सही में किया, then you must consult प्रोफेसर वर्षा सिसोदिया।
लास्ट मिनट में she gives deadline extension, इसलिए तो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है वो हीरा। She is none other than Professor Meera. Now it's serious, okay? Because you should be alert. क्योंकि DU से JNU तक का सफर, his political ideas are all to teach. He is none other than Professor Sandeep. Script writing में अच्छा है, editing में lost in his thoughts and ideas, his mind runs like an engine. He is none other than Professor Kurijan.
Our next professor is the one who can give you all forms of ज्ञान. He is surrounded by students all the way. And by the way, तो solve करें आपके सारे कलीज. He is Professor Ramesh.
Now, do you see how talented and diverse each professor is? That's what makes TSOM so unique. Well, we should make that announcement, should we?
Yeah. So on 28th of August, that is on Monday, TSOM has planned a field trip for you guys to the Times Now office. So for the hostlers, it's an important announcement that you kindly get your out passes ready by before Monday. And for the day scholars, kindly arrive at the university's gate by 9:30 a.m. sharp.
Now we have something exciting. So I hope you remember जब मैंने बोला कि Mag Lab is something very exciting and people come. So I hope your phones are charged, filters are ready, poses are decided, and Snapchat streaks are pending, because now we take you to a journey that none other student can experience. So now you can go to Mag Lab, TV, Radio Studio, Mojo Studio, and after that you can break for lunch, but make sure that you come back on time at 2 p.m. sharp, because we have a very special guest.